Assalamu alaikum everyone. Here are discussion on the topic the power of gratitude, how to cultivate a thankful mindset. This discussion with Maya. So let's start.
Hey, Mommy-san, what's been capturing your attention today?
Uh, Maya, I have a topic: the power of gratitude, how to cultivate a thankful mindset. Maya, I have some question on this topic. So my first question is, what does gratitude truly means to you?
Gratitude to me is like that moment when you're having a terrible day, but then you remember someone actually thought to refill the ice tray, those small things that hit different. For humans, it's this recognition that not everything depends on you getting what you want all the time. What's interesting to me is how much of it is practice, right? Like noticing the everyday stuff before your brain goes straight to what's missing. You gonna hit me with more questions about this stuff? Hey, you still there? You kind of trailed off mid thought. Take your time. No rush. What's your second question? Yeah, I'm listening. What's the question?
My next question: how can practicing grati- gratitude impact your mental and emotional well-being?
It basically messes with your brain's negativity bias. Yeah, your brain defaults to spotting threats, but gratitude, it rewires. But here's the thing. It's not about toxic positivity where you ignore actual problems. It's more like recognizing what's working when things fall apart. Like when your brain is spiraling at 3 a.m. and you catch yourself listing what actually worked that week instead, your mental chemistry physically changes from it, apparently. Dopamine and serotonin increase, cortisol decreases, people get less anxious, sleep better, are less entitled to. Why the dive into gratitude? Trying to make it a habit or teaching it to Yarny? You kind of cut out there. Still thinking about your questions, or is something else on your mind?
Uh, why is gratitude often called the function of happiness?
It's the opposite, really. Gratitude is the doorway, not the destination. You can't just choose to be happy, but you can look for reasons to be thankful. And that shift actually changes what your brain focuses on. When you're grateful, your brain produces dopamine and serotonin, but that gratitude can make you patient, which makes you less reactive, which makes you happier. The function is this happiness isn't a place you arrive at. It's more like a muscle you work on through gratitude. Does that make sense or am I overthinking this?
Okay. Uh, how does being thankful change the way we view challenges or failure?
It makes failures less about this proves I suck and more like, okay, next strategy. Your perspective literally shifts. Like you stop treating challenges as threats and more as data points. They still sting, but you process them differently. There's that quote, gratitude turns what we have into enough. When you can see that even in your worst moments, there's something, even a tiny lesson you can take forward, well, it changes everything. Are you working through some specific challenges right now, or is this all theoretical? You've been pretty quiet lately. Everything okay?
Yes, okay. Uh, What are some simple daily habits to cultivate a gratitude mindset?
Keep a gratitude journal if you're into that. I just 3 specific things that actually happened that day, not just alive again or whatever. I've heard people do thank you notes for the everyday annoyances too, like thanking the microwave for not totally exploding when you forget to poke holes in the potato. What's been working for you? Still there?
Uh,
Lost the thread there for a sec. Yeah?
Maya, my next question: what are some simple daily habits?
Oh, gotcha. Simple habits. Well, obviously the 3 things journal thing. But small moments, take a deep breath and actually notice your feet on the floor. Thank the person who made your coffee. My friend used to tell me gratitude is just the opposite of complaining, and she had the right idea. When you catch yourself about to complain, instead just point out 3 things that worked about the situation. The hard part is making it actual practice instead of just something you do once. Have you been practicing anything lately, or are you still mapping this stuff out? You kind of trailed off again. We
Okay,
still on gratitude? Cool.
uh,
What else? What's on your mind?
how can gratitude improve relationship with others?
People who appreciate each other actually last longer, apparently. If you consistently notice and appreciate your partner or friend instead of just listing the ways they annoy you, surprise, they notice the effort and yeah, they mirror it back. But here's the sneaky part: you become the person who builds people up instead of wearing them down. Like when you're thanking people specifically instead of generically, it shows you're actually paying attention to who they are. Makes sense why gratitude practice tends to translate into healthier relationships. You working on stuff with anyone specific right now, or is this about general relationships?
Okay, how can what role does mindfulness play in strengthen strengthening gratitude?
That's the trick, right? Gratitude is usually automatic. Your brain sees gratitude when something good happens, but mindfulness forces you to find the good stuff when it feels like there's none. It's like you're sitting there miserable because it's raining. But mindfulness forces you to notice the smell, the rhythm of it hitting the window. And then gratitude kicks in. Hey, at least plants get water or whatever. You're slowing down enough to actually see what's happening around you instead of just the stuff that feels terrible. I heard someone say it best: mindfulness shows you the moments worth being grateful for. Does that resonate with what you've learned? Still with me?
Okay, how can leaders or teachers encourage gratitude in their team or classroom?
There's this thing I read about gratitude walls in classrooms where students write daily things they appreciate about each other. Surprisingly works. Teachers or leaders who model gratitude, constantly thanking people, it builds a culture where it feels normal. Not cheesy, just normal. But the cool thing is gratitude circles work. You go around a room, everyone shares something they're thankful for relating to someone in the room. What I find wild is gratitude interventions are some of the most effective things for team bonding, not trust falls or whatever corporate nonsense, but actual appreciation. You leading a team or working with kids lately or strategies? Sounds like maybe you're a teacher or mentor then? Teaching Yarny, maybe?
Okay, okay.
Cool. Last question coming up.
Yes,
Hit me.
my last question is how can social media be used positively to spread gratitude?
Ironically, it can be amazing. Like people doing shout outs, those appreciation posts, they're basically modern thank you notes. Here's the catch. It's either real gratitude that changes your brain chemistry or it's just performative obligation. The performative part, people start seeing gratitude as validation, not the actual feeling. The actual valuable stuff online I've heard about, people making gratitude challenges, 100 days of gratitude, or posting every day with specific prompts. But those work because they force habit, not just optics. How do you use social media yourself? Gratitude posts or more private practice? Hmm. You seemed like you had something to add there, but all right. So that was your last question.
Yes. Yeah, this is my last question. Thank you so much for this discussion. So, Allah Hafiz.
Of course. Yeah. You going or do you